When the oil crisis hit, gas lines stretched for blocks. People sat with engines off, windows down, radios on low. Some brought coffee, others brought cards. It wasn't just a line, it was a new part of life. And when your tank was finally full, you didn't just drive home, you celebrated. Your first digital watch felt like a gadget from the future. The red LED numbers lit up with a dramatic button press, and you made sure everyone saw. You didn't just check the time, you presented it. And if it had a stopwatch, forget it. That thing ran your whole recessed kingdom. The world felt smaller. No internet, no constant pings, just phone calls, letters, and neighbors who waved when they passed. People knew your name at the store. You borrowed sugar. You shared things. It wasn't perfect, but it was close. And somehow that closeness stuck. You knew you'd made it when you slid behind the wheel of a Chevy Impala, a Cutlass Supreme, or a Ford LTD the size of a small boat. You didn't drive, you cruised. Long hoods, wide seats, soft suspension, and enough metal to survive a demolition derby. They weren't cars. They were kingdoms on wheels. You didn't just watch Happy Days, you lived for it. Fonzie wasn't just a character, he was a movement. Cool without trying, jacket over the shoulder one, and the whole living room smiled. For 1/2 hour a week, the world slowed down, and you believed maybe, just maybe, you could be that cool too. Brown shag carpeting didn't match anything, and somehow matched everything. It was thick, warm, and absolutely impossible to vacuum clean. Kids got lost in it, pets sank into it, and static shocks waited around every corner. But it was the look, and every house had it, even if nobody could explain why. Brown shag carpeting didn't match anything, and somehow matched everything. It was thick, warm, and absolutely impossible to vacuum clean. Kids got lost in it. Pets sank into it, and static shocks waited around every corner. But it was the look, and every house had it, even if nobody could explain why. After seeing Saturday Night Fever, you tried the moves in socks on the kitchen floor, mirror in the hallway, maybe a little spin when no one was watching. You weren't John Travolta, but for a minute you felt like you were, and that was enough to keep dancing way past bedtime. Everyone had a CB radio or wanted one. You picked your call sign, practiced your lingo, and hoped someone cool was on Channel 19. It wasn't just for truckers anymore. It was social media before social media. 10-4 good buddy, over and out. Sidewalk sparkled with the silver tabs from soda cans. You'd pop one off, flick it with your thumb, and watch it skitter like a hockey puck. Nobody picked them up. Nobody even blinked. It was just part of the scenery. Metallic confetti from a country that ran on fizzy sugar. You swore Tab and Fresca were good for you. They weren't just diet sodas. They were futuristic elixirs. Fizzy, bitter, strangely addicting. And when you cracked one open in front of friends, you felt just a little ahead of your time. Nobody knew what was in them. Nobody asked. Bell-bottoms didn't just cover your shoes, they devoured them. Denim swept the sidewalks, caught the breeze, and made you feel like you were walking on air. The wider they were, the cooler you were. And if they had embroidery on the pocket, you were practically untouchable. Mood rings promised magic. You'd stare, hoping it turned the right color, like it actually knew how you felt. Mostly it sat there purple or brown, and you tried to act mysterious. But every now and then it hit green, and you swore it understood you. Sort of. You didn't wear a boombox. You carried it like a crown. Rested on one shoulder, turned up just loud enough to tick off the neighbors. Funk, rock, rap, didn't matter. If you had batteries and attitude, you were mobile and the whole block heard you coming. The first time you listened to Dark Side of the Moon with headphones, it was like discovering a new planet. The heartbeat, the clocks, the echoing voices. You laid on the carpet, eyes closed, and let it take you somewhere else. You didn't move, you didn't talk, you listened. Lava lamps weren't just decorations, they were an experience. You turn it on, wait an eternity, and then finally, blobby magic. The wax floated, split, rejoined. You didn't look at it, you looked into it, and for some reason it made everything feel calmer.